Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. I wanted to talk about some things for a second. I wanted to talk about the fact that I will be doing my homework today. And I got to talk for 10 minutes about something, like really. And the one thing I was going to talk about was holograms. NASA finally uh, know how to teleport. It said NASA finally know how to teleport using holograms. And I was so happy to hear that. I was like, oh, this gonna be like Star Trek. We about to make a little change up in here. And it didn't happen like that. They're limited to what they can do, but they're getting one step closer. Now, if you're looking for that technology, which is basically the hologram knowledge or the study of holograms or the actual device that make you be able to teleport from your France to America, you can't touch each other, you know, but what you can do is you can, it's like you're there. You wear the glasses and it's like you're there. It costs $60,000. $60,000 for that technology. And it's amazing. $60,000 to teleport, you know, Facebook been making stuff about it, you know, other people like NASA is using the technology. They say they want to go down on the price of the technology, but I said, $1,000. That means 60 years from now we'll be doing that, and I'll be in my 90s if I'm still alive. So that's $1,000 every year taken off, or 2,500. Still, I'll be an old cat. I'm like, oh my God, I won't be able to use this technology. The only technology I will ever be able to use is what I get on now, and that is my Facebook and Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Roku, Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. I'm able to get on these platforms, but they're not 3D. See, what they do is they put 3D cameras like around you. And so, like, let's say I wanted to call, like, just out the blue, my sister, and be like, hey, I want you to teleport to my area. We're on the phone talking. Then we put down the phone. Then she comes over. I'm wearing the goggles, and I see her, and she see me, and we're talking, and she can sit down, on my couch or whatever. That's how it goes. You know, I'm so happy that they came out with this technology, because one day it's going to be readily available to my children. They still won't be in their 60s or 70s. They still, like 2 generations from now. That's 20, that's just 2 times the amount. 2 generations from now. My generations and my children's generations. Who knows what generation they going, do, but like that's 2 generations. It's going to be readily available. I'm going to be expired. My son is going to almost be expired. And that's that. Then they're going to come out with it. I don't like that. I think it should be readily available to everyone. I think everyone of abundance should be able to sit up there and utilize holograms. They cost too much. Even Facebook is working on the technology. This was back in 2022. He was working on the technology for the actual glasses for you to be able to teleport. Everybody's looking to teleport where you actually physically can digitalize your body and end up physically in the same location as, whoever you're doing this. Now, then you have to dig in, well, is this science fiction or real? Can it happen or not? Can, and then is time travel true? That means time travel true. If they dig into putting your physical body right at the place, you put your physical body right at the place, it's time travel. If you're in France and you go to Cuba, you're in a mix of a time travel. So I want you to think about that. I'm just happy they dibbling and dabbling with it. I can't wait to see what happens 20 years from now. I can't wait to see what happens 20 years from now when I'm 50 years old and the VA like, oh, we're tired of her. We throw up our hands. No, seriously. I can't wait to see what technology they come out with 20 years from now. And you must make it readily available to the public. You must make those prices down. Keep them prices down. I get it. You got to make a buck. But dang, inflating prices because of newer technology that's not out there. So many technology companies around. So, they could be coming out with the next biggest thing that's not, you. So you never know, man. And for a cheap price. Facebook have the glasses. I seen an interview with Facebook. It was a 4-hour interview. I only watched 6 minutes of it. Just like when I didn't get to watch the Donald Trump, Elon Musk, but I watched the Elon Musk interview for 6 to 8 minutes. But he's coming out with new technology. And this technology is just regular old glasses that you can, it's supposedly better for a cheaper price than the Apple glasses. So they're competing with each other, or they're helping each other. I don't know. But they're competing and they're sitting up there making it possible to have these glasses. Don't you want glasses that, the cell phone is getting mad. The cell phone is getting mad because the cell phone is about to be phased out. First, we first started out with computers, and we started out with phones, wire phones, where the ladies would put the little thing in the line, patch you over to that area code, and it was off to the races. And then we had a whole box system full of wires that patches you to different area codes. And then we had the computer in the between 1970, I want to say. I'm thinking. Give me a second. There's always been computers since technology started booming. So that was possibly in the 1920s when technology started booming. You had the train that was able to go with a compass. A compass is a technology tool too to get you from northeast to southeast very safely. I mean, think about those men building like rail stations all the way, infrastructure. I made up a word, infrastructure. They build these rails all the way across the United States of America. That's technology. with the compass. You need coal. They figure out they need coal, a heat source, to get that baby moving. And then you had Ford, Henry. He made them Fords. He said he made them all one color, and he bragged about it. He boasted. I read that in the book, or I think he said he should have did it, but he made headways. And then the phone came out between, I want to say 1916 or something. Let me see. When did the phone? We're gonna look this bad boy up. When did the phone come out? Oh, I'm wrong. Okay. Uh I wanted to say that time, but I didn't want to look stupid. Okay. By the 1920s, the phone became widely popular in the general population. Ordinary people either subscribe to telephone service themselves or use telephone in the neighborhoods, including public payphones. So the 1880s payphones were available. Let's see. That's technology. When did the first computer come out? 1944. So yeah, between that time, 1944, and it was the first digital programming computer. But then you ask yourself this: when did calculators come out? So they've been working on this since the 1600s. You have to program a calculator or put a type of program, a basic programming tool for all of the before time. I mean, because we had algebra before in the 1600s. I mean, and nothing's changed. Maybe they didn't know about algebra back in the 1600s, but if they knew about, uh, if they knew about outer space and astronomy, they knew about, math too. And so they put a basic program in the calculator to remember math, division, multiplication, and subtraction, and percentages. Just the basic calculator. They didn't add up every possible number, which is smart. Every possible way that computer could go. They actually did it through a backdoor process. And that is how the FBI does it, because they use a backdoor system to get that calculator to add up any number. They don't add up every number that a person could possibly add up, is what I'm saying. If that makes sense. They can't spend, that would be their whole life spending a day. Well, what's 1 plus 1? 2. What's 2 times 3 times 4 times 5? No. That thing is alive. You respect your elder. No, seriously. Computers, like calculators, once they figure, hey, look, we can get it to memorize, or go through the back door to see, so that they can add up any number based on that generation. When calculus and geometry, which geometry was back in the day too, because you had the pyramids, it's just what we uncovered over the years and brought together. But that is a backdoor process. I know that. So it was able to perform all four arithmetic operations with a minimum human intervention that they could not possibly add up every number. They had to do it the back way. I kind of know what the back way is, which means that whatever it is, I'm trying to figure out. Um, oh, they sat up there like I said for arithmetic operations. They made that operation available, and they calculated it, and this was in 1623. Yeah, and they were first used in 1851. Yep, look at that big thing. There's no way you can carry that bad boy around. Okie doke. Let's go ahead and do the homework. Let's see. One more day. One more again before I write my discussions in both of my classes. Don't start that crap. I'm calling Xfinity today. We're not going to play that game. We're not going to play that game. I don't know why the hell my internet going slow. Come on. Because I don't pay for stuff that I can't get. '20 concepts. 20. Okay. I may not know the process of the backdoor. It's artificial intelligence a little bit, but it's they had to actually gather that. Hold up. They have to actually gather data and make something talk back to you. So you say 1 + 1 is 2. And then you say math English. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I hope I said that. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And I don't think we used parentheses in the 1600s, but maybe we did. but that thing is alive. I mean, it may not be alive like with with legs or something, but a calculator is alive to a certain point, a certain extent. You say add up these numbers. You had to get figure out a way to please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, or addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and get all of the answers that were right. It had to be a computer system. I mean, it's no way. I mean, Albert Einstein did it. You know, he wrote his arithmetic problem on a big board, but they had to figure out the end symbolization. To do all of that, they had to figure out the end symbolization. What's the largest number you can get? What's the odd number you can get? What's the odd number you can get? What's the even number you can get? You know, you had to figure all of that out. It's crazy. And then put it all in a calculator. Miriam is able to exert influence over the subordinates to help the group effectively achieve, I want to say mentor. Leader. Okie doke. Had it wrong. Managers choose to influence other people in specific ways to shape how they approach the principal task of managing. Managers choose to influence other people in specific ways that shape how they approach. They had to have like, man, that's crazy, man, to get all those numbers up in one, man. Like, for instance, this computer, there's no way to tell the infinite number, and there's no way people use the computer at its maximum capacity of what it can do. You never can quite use a computer at its maximum. I'm probably using 25%. Some people can go all the way up to 70%. But and some people 90 to 95. But you can never actually use a computer, and even when you do, the internet is abound, it's infinite. There's not a number on how many sections are in this internet. Hold up. I gotta keep talking. There's no way that there's a number. It's infinite. Like, the internet is infinite. One day we will be able to talk across universes to other beings and have pen pals that way. Once we got the internet, it got a filter on it so that even if a signal is picked up from another galaxy or another solar system, it would not come in. So obviously those around us that are probably a little smarter, like advanced civilizations, they probably just don't want to mess with us. It's nothing that we got. Or they probably just want to work in a diplomatic way. But the other races that know of this technology, they can't break in, is what I'm saying. They can't break in, or they're not allowed to, or we're under the low MPS or under the radar with our system. I don't know. I don't know. But this internet can only do so many things. And just like every computer, from a gaming computer to one of those advanced computers, to the computers that house in the DC area in Arlington, Virginia, that has like 20 to 40 motherboard systems, like it houses our information. And that is just a wonderful thing, like it's a wonderful thing. Everybody with a cell phone. You need a cell phone in order to survive, but you don't need one in order to survive too. Because people living under the radar usually are criminals or doing some criminal activities. I mean, weed is free now, so why you got to live under the radar without a cell phone? But that is the number one thing to have is a cell phone or a phone number. That is crazy, right? Let's go back to the work. So, like I said, this has a filter on it where we won't end up in P23 RST2 realm of the universe where we're looking on their stuff. One day it's going to get bootlegged, but as many higher people has got, I mean, think about it. Oh, the possibilities are endless. Just think if you broke into another person's technology. And that's another thing. Why would they want to deal with us when they see all we do is break into each other's technology and spy on each other? Why would they want that? Why would these advanced civilizations want that when they're spying on being spied on being spied on being spied on? America, or let me see, the world is spying on each other, and then you got advanced civilizations spying on each other, on us. And then they're like, I don't want to go to Earth, man. You go to Earth, you get shot down. They make you do things. Like seriously, it's crazy, man. It's crazy at how much we spy on each other. Is it worth it? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you can't even knock on, like, it's so many web pages being built every day. It's like, it's like just tiny little boxes. If you can see the world with tiny little white holes, but as you just go closer, it gets bigger and bigger into a whole bunch of squares. Then you got the news. This the news is just one genre. You got the news, you got like people making pages, you got YouTube, you got, just to name a few, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. Those are just social media platforms, but there is no empty World Wide Web. It's just like a collection of data. It's just so weird. You will never be able to work all of the World Wide Web in your entire life. Think about those who were 80 and they were in the World Wide Web in the 90s. 95, they were 80 years old. That wouldn't work. They haven't been able to, and nobody can go through the whole wide World Wide Web. Nobody. It's just the data that's just growing like a big AI brain. And thanks to the World Wide Web, we have better AI systeming. Because what we do on a daily basis helps it grow. What we do, how we get on channels that are inappropriate, how we get on channels that are appropriate, how we get on, YouTube, Twitter. It reads not just YouTube reading itself, but it reads YouTube. It reads like it is alive, and we don't even know it. We don't even see it. You know how you go on to your Yahoo and you see something that you saw, like, that was familiar to you, like you went to Home Depot and bought something, but your banking information isn't on your computer, but happen you go on Yahoo and you see Home Depot. You want to get a discount at Home Depot. And you be like, what the fuck? How did that happen? It's alive. I'm trying to tell you, mark my words, one day, let me shut up. Let me shut up before I get my page taken. That's all I care about. Let's do this and cut. Okay.